What brings you in today?
It's my wife, the problems we've been having at home.
What kind of problems are you having at home?
But I've been married for almost 8 years, but we've been getting into a lot of fights, a lot of arguments. Lately, every time discussion of children comes up, just starts a big argument.
So, what is it about the topic of children that make you and your wife both argue with each other?
But we already have one son, and he's a great kid. But I hate the idea of him growing up by himself and not having a little brother or a little sister to grow up with. But she doesn't want any more children. In fact, just the idea of bringing the subject up of having another child starts a big argument again.
So, why do you feel like your son needs a sibling to grow?
Well, my wife knows that when I was growing up, I was the only child, and I hated it. I felt lonely growing up alone, not having no one to play with, no one to spend, not having anybody to spend any time with. So I don't want my son to have to grow up like that.
And why is it that you feel like your wife's making excuses?
Well, because when we had our first son, it was a happy time, and she talked about even having more children in the future. But now it's a completely different story. Not just the mention of having another child just starts off a big argument all over again, and she's just not happy with me. It seems like anymore. Maybe she doesn't want to have no more children with me.
So, you're afraid that your son's going to grow up lonely and kind of go through the same thing that you went through with no siblings, and you're concerned that he's going to feel the way that you felt growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're frustrated with your wife because she's unwilling to have another baby with you at this time. And maybe you're feeling self conscious and uneasy because you just may think that your wife may not love you anymore or have any more kids with you at all.
Exactly.